want to talk about keeping our brains fit, and no one does that better for us than Dan Daly from Fit Brain Club and Alzheimer's Association. Welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you. Nice to be here.
So Alzheimer's Orange County is really a great service in terms of what they do in the community for folks, the services for family members, services for actual people who are suffering from Alzheimer's. But we want to talk about keeping your brain fit as long as possible today.
Right. Yeah, the brain functions like a muscle. However, it's not a muscle. Mm-hmm. However, you have to challenge it regularly to get the maximum performance of the brain. One of the challenges is the age. The brain is used less and less mm-hmm. times because people are retired. They don't have the goals and objectives that work provides for them. And as a result, they have to stay focused. And the best way to do that is volunteer, get active and doing something.
And get some structure in there where you know you have to be somewhere and you're planning ahead and doing those things.
Exactly. It doesn't stop because you're 60 or 65. Mm-hmm. That's the worst thing you can do. I tell people all the time, you don't want the remote of the TV becoming your brain.
You know the button's there better than anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know, I can understand what you're saying. You know, sometimes, you know, people wake up in the morning, can't get my brain going, and there's the up and down of how your functionality, right. Your brain needs rest. Obviously, we need our sleep and those kinds of things. But are there things that we can do? The games we can play, the fitness things we can do to keep our brains fit and exercise that muscle, so to speak?
In fact, Allison Larick, who's got a company called Cognitive Care Solutions. And she's going to be the guest speaker at the next meeting, which will be Monday.
Okay.
And this will be her 7th appearance. And she's well-liked, well-respected, and she brings another element to brain health, mm-hmm. to the party, so to speak.
So what kind of things does she do in terms of the activities that we do for our brains?
Well, she'll go through the background of the brain itself mm-hmm. and how it functions and the limitations that a brain has. And then she'll get into, it'll be interactive, where she'll have 6 or 7 different drills that she'll do. And one will be on reasoning, the other one will be on memory, the other one in visual spatial relationships, and anything to do with the functioning of the brain. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's very, very popular.
Now, are there certain brain exercises that maybe people should be practicing daily, regularly, things that kind of keep, like a regular exercise routine for the body kind of thing, but for the brain?
Yeah, in fact, you can do just basic reading is good. Mm-hmm. Crossword puzzles.
Right,
excellent.
I've always heard crossword puzzles are great.
Excellent. Sudoku, another one. It's a variation of the crossword mm-hmm. puzzle. If you really want to get aggressive, you can always learn a new language.
Oh, okay.
And that's utilizing the right side of the brain, which is a real challenge. But a lot of people have a lot of time that they can pursue.
Right, in retirement, you can make that your second kind of career or whatever. I mean, learning a new language, doing something like that is really, it's a giant lift, but if you have the time, you can do it.
The other thing is you can learn to play a musical instrument.
Okay.
Like the piano, mm-hmm. or the horns, or anything to challenge that brain.
Okay.
Because as it is, I don't think no possible way that a human being uses 100% of their brain.
Sure.
Doesn't happen.
So is there a wiring that kind of keeps things fresh in the brain when we're learning something brand new, or are we rewiring things when we learn like music or another language? Is it just kind of like lighten up parts of the brain that aren't being used as much?
I would say activity is the real key, and physical activity as well as brain activity. It goes hand in hand. I would say that I'm looking at that golf course there in the background. Golfing is very good because of the socialization aspect. You have over 200 clubs in Laguna Woods Village, and again, it's part of the socialization process. A week ago, we had an expo here, and it was the clubs, and it must have been 150 clubs, and it was in Clubhouse 5, and we were one of the clubs. And I mean, it was amazing. There had to have been 500 people walking through there between the hours of 10
just getting engaged and finding new things to do.
Exactly. I mean, you have such a wide selection of clubs here that it's unreal.
So is physical fitness almost as important as kind of keeping your brain sharp with mental exercises? I mean, if you're not fit, you're not healthy, things aren't going well.
Yeah, physical fitness will allow you to eliminate stress. Not totally, but a vast majority of stress is eliminated. The other thing is it aids in when you're sleeping. The best sleep you can have is uninterrupted 6 to 8 hours sleep. The other thing is whenever they do an autopsy on Alzheimer's brain or dementia brain, they find a significant amount of amyloid, beta amyloid, and that's a protein that's found in the brain. And when they do that autopsy, they see a vast amount of protein in there. So when you sleep uninterruptedly, that protein is exiting the brain as you sleep.
That's one of the most important things you can do, it sounds like, in terms of clearing that out.
So if you're sleeping soundly, uninterrupted for 6 to 8 hours, that's the best solution.
Okay. Now, can people find, if they can't get to the event, we'll talk about the event again in a second, but if they can't get to the event, how can people find maybe brain exercises on their own? Can they just do a simple internet search?
Just do an internet search, Google brain exercise. Luminosity is probably a real surplus of brain exercises. It's a vast supply of brain exercise.
Do you have a favorite that you do?
Yeah, I go into numbers appeal to me. I'm not anywhere near a mathematician, but the sequence of numbers, that's a challenge. Getting the like 1, 3, 5, and 9. There's a missing number there.
Right. So where's that missing number?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So real quick, tell us about the event that you guys have coming up at the next meeting.
The next meeting is going to be, the guest speaker will be Allison Lyric. And her company is Cognitive Care Solutions. And she'll be, as I said earlier, that'd be her 7th appearance. And we'll have music beforehand. So there'll be an excellent pianist by the name of Mark Hallberg, and he's well known throughout the community.
All right,
and
sounds
that's
good.
a prelude to the meeting itself. We're going to have a fellow by the name of Ben Chamberlain, who's going to supply, for this meeting only, he'll supply the quality refreshments and healthy refreshments. Normally, it's adapt to it, which is
Right, the medical supplier, sure.
Yeah.
All right, so folks who want to get out there, it's going to be next Monday. Make sure you look at Fit Brain Club's website for more information on what to do and how to get there and all the fun stuff. Thank you very much, Dan, for coming in, as always.
Great to see you again.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
When we come back, California Club is going to be next. Stay with us.